Good morning, everybody. It is Friday, November 22nd, and we are going to do our prep for the ES with a recap from yesterday. Nice rotational move to the upside for 80 points. Were you able to capitalize? Do you understand why price moved up in Globex and then only to sell down at the opening part of the day and recover for yesterday? If not, we're going to dive into those today. Just a quick reminder that derivatives trading is inherently risky and past performance is not indicative of future returns. Yesterday's auction, we saw the markup in Globex as we opened above the prior day's range and then sold off into the open. And that was to allow the insurance in the market that we've talked about, those insurance sales side to collect all the premiums. Market moved up, that was their liquidity. And then on the down move, they were able to lock in all of their profits and feeding the ducks on the way down as we stopped right at our rotational low level that we had yesterday at 59.04. The final bid for the market is also what kept us elevated for the day. And we saw that this was right here for the final bid from the market makers, right up to the edge where our mechanical side would turn into a seller. And again, the market is just a game of flows, a game of money coming into or going out of any system. And that's what we're monitoring and seeing behave and play out each day. So yesterday was a rotational plan with an upside tendency, and it worked out perfectly. Into Globex tonight or last night, we had the exact same move we've had this week. Open, sideways and up, and then down at London Open into a move back as the equities begin trading pre-market. And that price action has been prevalent all week, and we understand, or we should understand, that this is all just continuations of that prior day's agenda. And so positioning wise, our longer term commercials are still short. We'll get new data on that today. Our market makers on all durations at this point are in risk compressing mode, which with major data today is PMI and consumer sentiment. Kind of takes a little bit of the firepower out of those. That will only change if we break under 59.25, and we'll cover that here in just a little bit. Fund managers did trim a little bit of their position by about 1/3%, so nothing to write home about. They're still 91% in equities, which gives us room to push before our next trigger and signal. Our flows today, longer term market makers are in risk compressing mode. When we opened Globex, we were in risk compressing mode on all durations. As we came down, we were getting towards that risk neutral for our short-term market makers. So the big levels today are 59.44 for the short term and 59.25 for the longer term. Things will get choppy between there, but we'll get cleaner on either side. From our mechanical side of the market, we only have a $300 million bid, which isn't very much compared to yesterday's $6 billion bid. So we'll watch the edges where our $6 billion offer comes in on the downside and the upside, which is at 60.30 or 59.38, conveniently right where Globex stopped, not to trigger any of those as we head into RTH, at least pre-market. On volume yesterday was 16.89% higher, which shows to us that traders are willing to engage now after this risk event has passed. And remember, that risk event was NVIDIA earnings. That was the big one that everybody was waiting for. Now we head into the holiday shortened week, which removes even more risk from the market. Not much has changed structurally for us, which tells us that we didn't have to make many changes to our weekly plan, which leads us today with our rotational zone between 59.66 and 59.22. Underneath 59.22, we'll target 58.88, and our pivot is going to be 59.04. If we get over 59.66, then our pivot is 59.88, which is yesterday's high, right where that stopped. We have a major reference there up to 6,010. And if the momentum is very strong, 6,030 is where we will see even more selling come in from that mechanical side of the market. That's where that $6 billion offer is sitting. Our pivot in our rotational zone today is at 59.40, and we discussed that just a few minutes ago. Have a safe day trading out there, guys. Remember, it is Friday, it's weekend, and we're heading into a holiday week. So this is the positioning, getting ready for all of that. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a great day.